This is our video. The first is the red part in the middle, and then the white part. The green part is the next. The final section is brown. The first thing to do is start with a red handle and start with a circular needle. This is equivalent to 3 needles raised. The first is the signal section, which includes a total of 10 long needles. So, don't cut the line to this location. The 2 lines remain straight, and then we went to the white section. The first is to connect the 2 needles directly into the cable, and then the place of the pumpkin. 3 long needles. So, we're going to close the 2 needles and go back to pulling out the first one. The first is that the country has a long-distance railway line of about 10 meters. The time has come to sew this nail. The line is cut off. The red line is being pulled. The red line is pulling at this end. The middle can't stay out of the way. Okay, cut the red line again. And then we make this long line, we sew this thread and nail it. Okay, first put the second long needle in position. The second and third positions were cleared. The first is to use the grain cutting method. The first is the sweetie. The second needle is the same as the second long needle. The first thing we can do is to keep our mouths open and not let the white line get through that needle. The first time I saw the video, I was surprised to learn that it was a little too late. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first is that the 5th needle or 6th needle can be located, and then there's a hole in the middle. The first is that the city has a large population of people. The same thing happened in the middle of the needle, and then it went through this parallel section. The second needle is in the position of a second needle, counting down the second long needle. I'm going to try and get a good one on this long needle. So, here are our 3 grains. So, we're back to the other side of the line. The white line is right in the middle of this. I'm going to go back and hide it in this one. This white line also penetrates from here. The next step is to get the line back. The red line is directly on the red line. I'm going to go with you. Well, this is the same route as well, from above. I'm going to get out of here. This is a good way to hide the lines. I'm not sure what the hell happened to the video. The 3 lines are aligned. We cut it off directly. The first is that the cutting line should be very long and not too long. Don't cut the other line. I'm going to cut it like this. This is a handkerchief, monkey. So, next time we're going to do this green part again. The green part is 4 corners. We have 3 needles and made 1 long needle. The first is to use 3 long needles, then a third to raise the needle, a spike, and 3 chain needles. The first 3 were the same. The long needle, This is one of our corners. The second is the transition to the second corner. The first thing that I want to do is to make a point of getting the right number of people to go through the door and then lock a needle in the middle of the crossing, which is a corner. 1, 2, 3, 3 chain needles. And then 1, 2, and then another 3 long needles to raise a needle and tie one. And then we are about to be in the third position of the needle. The needle is bigger than this nail. The first is, I'm not sure. The same goes for a needle. Well, the words here are also in the top of this nail right there. I'm not sure what to do. The first thing to do is to stick the needle in the eye. The first is to use the needle in a way that makes it easier for people to see and understand. The first is that the needle is on the needle. Finally, we pulled the first needle out. The first needle is pulled from the position. I'm not sure. The line is cut off. The other side of the line is that after the cut off, there's a line. Head that needs to be hidden. The green part is hidden. I'm not sure if it's a good idea. I'm going to have to cut it right off. This line can't be hidden. We were all in that last circle together. We took the brown line. The first thing I did was to lock a needle, then a short needle, 2 short needles, 3 short needles. The corner is 3 short needles. We are the ones who have come down, like this, and we have made a short needle. The next thing you know, the needle is a pair of short ones. The average over the top here is a short needle. The last one was a long needle. Well, a short needle on the long needle. The first thing we did was to get the 3 short needles, 1, 2, 3, right. This is a one-on-one match. The first is the Xuefeier. This is the end of this cycle. I'm not sure. I'm not going to say. The root can also be hidden inside. The first thing we did was to pull the needle out and cut the line. Well, here's one of our beautiful flowers. The green line we can cut directly. It's already hidden. The 2 brown lines then hide the line. The first thing that I did was to get a little more information about the problem. I'm not sure what the problem is. This is the same thing. I'm not sure if this is the right place to go. I'm going to try and get the line here. Okay, cut it. Well, that's how we got a whole bunch of flowers. This is the positive side of it. This is the opposite. The first is that the white line on the other side of the wall is right here.